Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Ooh, it brings me to my knees.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
I can't start another.
All right, we're back. It is 15 minutes to the top of the hour. 877 We Be Big. Still to come on the program this morning. We'll be talking with Ron Cameron, host of Turner South's That Comedy Show. That comes up top of the hour. Thanks to Alan Asbury for being in the studio with us this morning. Somebody's praying me through. Again, one of the kind of guy that you meet and you're glad to see God blessing him and the success that he is having.
Boy, doesn't Alan, it just fires you up. He's just one of those people you get around.
How about this?
You feel like something really, really good's going on.
He's one of those guys, you meet him and you find yourself wanting to hang out with him. I mean, I wanted to invite him to lunch. I mean, all that was happening.
Sure.
It was just one of those kind of deals. Speaking of that, Mark Prater is standing by right now. Let's put our hands together as we bring in Mr. Prater this morning singing the song. Can you sing it with me?
When it's time for the weather, he got it all together. Yeah, do. If it's snow or tornado, hear Mark Prater. Everybody, when it's time for the weather, ain't nobody better. Hear Mark Prater. Mark Prater. Here's Mark Prater. Mark Prater. Hear Mark Prater. Mark Prater. Hear Mark Prater. What's up, buddy?
And a good-looking Thursday with the gear you got going there.
Yeah, the Montgomery Biscuits sent us some hats.
You know, growing up in Prattville, we had the Montgomery Rebels back in the 70s.
Yes.
That was, a lot of those guys ended up winning the World Series in '85.
How about that?
You know, Mark,
know.
I have a strong suspicion that the Montgomery Biscuits sent us this just trying to butter us up.
You think? Just ham it up a bit.
How about this? I'm thinking about entering the Mr. Lucky song Rebel in the line, you have to rise to the occasion.
Oh, that'd be huge.
As the new Montgomery Biscuit fight song.
You know, Bubba, yesterday, you said you were down there in Maxwell, right?
Yes, I sure was, Mark, at the, let me get the official name, National Security Forum, and absolutely had a ball.
You know, I mean, that's basically where I grew up, living in Prattville, but, you know, my dad being in the Air Force, he taught out at the Air War College.
Man, you know, I was really blown away by how much training goes on out there and, you know, what all happens. And, you know, I will say this, the one negative issue, and, you know, we're not the type to look over a negative point.
I know.
Right.
Is how in the world you get on and off the interstate at Clay Street. Hey, who drew that up?
That was a good one.
You exit to the right, but it's not like a ramp that comes to an end. It turns into a street, but you can't make a left-hand turn because it's a one-way.
And then
so
you
you go down
yeah.
another block and you take a left-hand turn, and all the traffic goes in a big counterclockwise loop. So if you're going to Maxwell Air Force Base, you have to get off, bypass what you think should be your turn, go to take a left, take another left, and make a complete loop to get headed out to the base.
Yeah.
I mean, but you do that, you know, going into Montgomery, and then getting out, you get in the same loop, and the exit ramp and the ramp going across the interstate are the same turn, and you just got to know which way to veer after you turn.
No, it's unbelievable. Now, if you come in 31, it's a straight shot.
Look, whoever designed that on 65 was drunk.
Do you think?
I mean, really, there's no other explanation.
You think it's possible if they were sitting there and they were mapping it all out, and the guy, man, he was just rolling along down in the city of Montgomery, and he said, yeah, here's how we're going to do this, and here's Clay Street, we're going to take us right to the base, and somebody said, well, what if somebody's coming from 65? Look, and you think his face just went blank, and he went,
oh, yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, this was patchwork. Nobody of their own free will
he thought the
would
world...
design a mess like that.
It is a treat.
And when they tell you to get off at Clay Street to go downtown, my gosh, that you could end up anywhere. I mean, if you don't know that turn and don't make it regular, I don't see how anybody can follow directions.
Now 908, this you went down to see, right?
Yes.
Because, see, that's who I went to Bosnia with.
Really?
And I flew on one of those C-130s over, and, you know, my dad, who used to fly those, said, so you're going to Europe in a C-130. I mean, that was a real funny thing for him.
That's a rough ride there, isn't it,
After
sir?
14 hours in a cargo plane, you have a whole new respect for the military. But
yes.
And I had no idea too. All the medical evac stuff they do with those planes, and you know, I mean, that thing can be a flying hospital if it's configured that way. And they have medical staff there that train and do that. And man, I was just really impressed. And the people impressed me more than anything. Men and women that were dedicated to defending our country and freedom. And, you know, I thanked them for it. And, you know, we take full use of the First Amendment here, and without them to defend it, we couldn't do that.
Absolutely. That's a great base down there, too.
Did they send me some gifts?
Oh, yeah, I got you some coins over here, too, Rick.
Oh,
I
They
didn't
didn't send like a Predator drone with you or anything, did
Yes, I have a picture made with it. Did you see
Do
it?
you really?
Yeah, he's standing right next to a Predator drone.
Oh, Mark,
Can you imagine sending one of those off the mountain there at the house?
Oh, Mark, what are you talking about? Look, we had the F-117 stealth fighter, the F-15 Strike Eagle, which did an air demonstration, by the way.
Right.
Let me tell you, that baby will bank. You know what I mean? You know, we had the A-10 Warthog, the B-1 bomber. I mean, it was a B-2 flyby.
Is that
Both
mine?
of these are yours.
Okay.
I
I just noticed Speedy's acting like he sees us.
Well, it's sitting on the counter. I'm
Well, I've
looking
got
at
some
it.
things for them,
is this
too.
the one that you drop on the floor?
Give
and
me.
and if everybody don't have one, then nobody's buying
You know
it?
what? I had no idea coins were so big with the military.
Big.
I'm learning
yeah.
that the coin. Here, I did bring you and Dee
Thank
some
you.
air power pictures.
Thank you.
Rick,
Thank
and you got
you
some
very
more
much.
pictures. I got stickers. I got Air Wing News. I
Thank
mean,
you.
we, and you know what, Mark? There's a sick side of me that wants to be sitting in my truck and dropped out of one of those planes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I mean, really, and just hit the ground running.
Yeah, I agree.
We're also getting a number of calls. Mama Jamma says, can we announce the website for Montgomery Biscuits Baseball again? It's biscuitbaseball.com, isn't it?
Isn't that what it was?
Biscuits,
what I remember.
Biscuitsbaseball.com.
Substantial.
Here, I'll let me.
I believe. Now everybody's wanting the memorabilia. Of course, it's a terrible mascot. Just everybody wants it because it's, you know. I mean, that's the thing, folks. It's about marketing. I mean, this is a funny mascot. It's about...
It is
I mean, you got
biscuitsbaseball.com.
You got so many other different names out there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fun.
biscuitsbaseball.com. Have some fun with it, y'all.
Sure.
This is baseball. This is not. You know,
Biscuit ball.
this has nothing to do with the apocalypse. You know, I mean, this is.
I found that to be baseball mascot naming, any mascot naming. I had no idea it was such a touchy,
very touchy.
very, very touchy. I mean,
Hey, how about this?
Wow,
How about,
it's touchy.
Since we're on in a lot of places now, we've been blessed to expand. If you have a AA franchise and you've got a team, send us a hat. Wouldn't you love to start getting AA hats from
What
all
if
over the
we
country?
were known as the guys who wore AA hats all the time?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be AA, AAA, A, whatever. If you've got a minor league team, send us their hat.
The fact that it's
Okay.
bizarre and you don't
Doesn't matter.
see it everywhere, to me, makes it better.
Yes,
You know?
send us your hat, jerseys, whatever, and put us a website thing in there, and we'll announce it on the air. I'd love to have them from all over the place. I love strange mascots and strange hats.
Can I tell you that? Can I admit this too? And I know it's a major league, and it's entertainment. But I got to thinking about the biscuit running out there on the field, jumping around.
I can't wait to see that.
If I can see the biscuit do like the San Diego chicken and like get a kid like he's petting it out of the stands and then stick it in its little buttered mouth,
Yeah.
you know, like it's eating it. That
I love
y'all,
that.
I tell you, it don't get no better. Than
Well,
that. It doesn't.
what
It just don't.
And what gets me, it's like, okay, the Montgomery Biscuits, some guy will be really putting that down by wearing a White Sox hat. You know, which basically means my team's tube socks.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You don't even have a color. We're just White Sox. Yeah.
The Reds, we're just a color.
Yeah. We're just a color. You know, St. Louis hockey team, we're blues. Okay. I mean, you know.
Red wing.
We're
I
white-
mean, what
we're-
is that? What bird has a red wing
Yeah.
other than the cardinal? And that name's already taken.
Well, how about this? I mean, hey, we're the White Sox, so that ain't nothing. We're the Red Sox.
Yeah.
So we got
There
some
you go.
red
Get out
Sox.
our face, buddy.
That's right. Hey, out of our face, sir. And so come on.
How about
what's
now?
the hockey team that
How
was
about
shocking everybody? The Ducks.
the Mighty Ducks.
the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Oh, huge.
We're the Mighty Ducks.
Well, let me just say, everybody needs to get off their mascot high horse. Okay.
Have a little fun with it.
And if you truly love baseball, like you say,
I mean, we
then
gotta-
hush and go watch them play.
You know, we got a mascot here. You know, when we found out all the military groups had their own mascot parade, we adopted one. We're the Screaming Beavers.
There you go.
That's us.
That's it.
That's it.
You like that?
What was that?
That was a Screaming Beaver.
Let me say it again.
It's Bucky as a Screaming Beaver.
But you can't plan it, right? Doesn't
No,
it
it
say-
just has to.
Oh my God!
Thanks, Brandon.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba. Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
All up in the house.
Top of the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show, 877 We Be Big. On the phones, Bad Mama Jamma, intern. And switching your pictures, those you can see on Turner South, training is former intern Peaches. And also, of course, Christopher Columbus heading that up as well, and all the staff back in Atlanta showing you the pictures on Turner South. Coming up, speaking of that, we will have an interview. The host of that comedy show, Ryan Cameron, on Turner South, will be with us in the next segment. Speaking of shows, it's kind of hard to ignore the big story that is out today. Us Magazine has a full story on it. People sent us copies of this. Where did that come from?
It's Us Weekly.
Yeah, who sent us these? We got stacks of them in the office.
Do we? You can see...
From Anderson sent that to us? Yeah, okay. So I want to thank the folks at Anderson.
And by the way, Anderson, we need to talk with you.
Yeah, and folks with Anderson that put stuff in stores everywhere. And can I just ask you straight up on the show? I'm trying to get somebody to give me the time of day. We have a new CD coming out. Southwest Distributors claims they're going under, but yet they're still in business and won't send us any money. So we want to get the new CD out through a distributor. Or y'all want us just work straight with y'all and not have to go through somebody else? That's what I'm trying to find out. So
please.
Can I just ask you on the show, if you're with Anderson and you'd like to distribute our next CD coming out, call me, please. Would you?
We would like to have it easily available for the listeners.
I think we moved about 8,000 copies through Walmart in 6 weeks last Christmas. Y'all want to do that again? Just holler at me.
Rick, Weekly, Us Weekly, as you saw the cover, Reuben versus Clay, did the right man win? The subtitles here on the cover, quote, I didn't lose, said Clay, was the vote rigged? Who will make more money? Why the battle is not over. Now, I've heard 2 or 3 of these stories floating around lately. I heard
there's one in some of
yesterday that some phone company in Illinois was claiming that they routed some calls to the wrong place and one thing and another. There's a story out today in the New York Post that says Clay Aiken says phone line snafus were so bad last week that his own mother could not even vote for him. My mom sat on the phone for 3 hours straight without getting through, Clay told one of the cable news channels yesterday. Aiken lost to Reuben Studdard by the tissue-thin margin of 134,000 votes, or at least that's what we think.
Yeah, because Ryan Seacrest gave us about 3 different numbers.
Yeah.
Well, what I'd say that there's a lot of people tried to vote for Reuben that couldn't get in either. Yeah. So I mean, what's the deal?
I don't think. To me, if you were calling your number, Clay, and it was busy, that would tell me that a lot of people are voting for you. Now, if you got through with no problem, that's when I would be concerned.
I just want to know why.
And here's the thing, too. I don't understand the 134,000 votes, which is about 1/2%, which it was a very close vote. Nobody's denying that. But if you have 24 million votes cast, I don't understand why Clay would think that would be an issue. I mean, why would his mother have a special line she could get through on that nobody else could? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, why is it any more bigger story that his mom can get through than anybody can get through?
Right.
I follow what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
And I want to know why Clay is getting more press than Reuben. How about these things normally don't bother me? But this one really, it's like Reuben can't even be interviewed by a network without Clay showing up. You know,
he's becoming the.
I mean, I don't remember who won. Kim. Well, who won the first one?
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly and was it Joey or Jason?
Justin.
He gracefully said, "I got second, and I'm going to move back. It's your limelight." And he didn't do this.
Well, they did a movie together, and he guest appeared in the video and all that.
He didn't show up when Reuben was being interviewed at every network.
Well, here's the thing I say.
Do y'all think Reuben is too nice? Do you think that's what it is? That he just won't tell Clay to get lost?
Well, no, here's the thing. Let me
is?
speak to Clay, and this is what I always like to see. See, I hate I hate, what's the word I'm looking for? Fluff. I have no stomach for fluff. I would, look, if this is how Clay's going to come out and say later, you know what I'd like? Here we are, we're on the live telecast. Hey, Clay, what do you think about coming in second? Instead of saying we're both winners, nobody lost, we're going to be fine, I knew he was going to win, he did a great job, I'd like for you to look right in the camera and go, I think I got raw deal on this.
Well, some of this he probably didn't know till later, but...
You know what I mean? I wish you'd just say right then, hey, I'm upset I lost. I am furious. I think I'm more talented than this big fat guy. I can't believe this happened to me.
Rick, the whole thing, it's just one issue after another. Look, Clay is very talented. He's going to be a multi-millionaire. He's going to sell tons of records. He's going to have a great career. But to me, you know, this... It looks a little bit like sour milk. I mean, if the phone's messed up, I mean, what are you going to do about it now? You going to take Ruben's title back? I don't think so. I mean, that'd be a disaster. And I don't mean any slam to Clay for that, other than you finished second, so act like it. Just to give us just a touch of class there. Well, if we could have that, it'd be dandy.
Here's the other part about it is, you know, I really don't think it mattered who won. I think once you get in the top 5, whatever, you've got that exposure and that opportunity you were looking for. Record companies are looking at you. I think you can make your own way. People will decide if they like you or not. It really doesn't matter, I don't think, who wins American Idol on the big picture, because they're all going on tour. They're all getting record deals. So now the country will decide, would they rather buy a Clay record, a Ruben record, or buy them both?
Well, here's the thing, too, about that I find a little strange. When they did the first one, Kelly Clarkson put her record out, and then the other ones that had singles came out later. Right, D? Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, coming out. Justin City hadn't even been released.
Yeah,
so
they gave her time
next month
as the winner to make her walk down the aisle, if you will. Now, with this particular scenario, they're releasing them at the same time.
They're treating them like they both won anyway.
So they're really setting up a scenario where, if Clay's outsells Ruben's, you can say we've got a controversy, or the right man didn't win, or whatever. It just seems a little strange the way they're handling this one. Does it to you, Rick?
Yeah, to me, what's Clay's beef? They're treating him like he's a co-winner anyway.
Look, now, y'all tell me if this is
Would
Clay.
you agree?
Tell me if this is Clay or Al Gore.
Oh, no, they're showing Simon. They're showing Simon kissing Paul in here, too.
We're at what page?
Look right here.
A lot of people said they couldn't get in, couldn't vote. That's one of the reasons the numbers were higher for Ruben. A lot of my friends said they couldn't even get through on the first half, so they just gave up.
How about
they stopped voting and waited?
I couldn't get through for Ruben, so have that, Clay.
Well, here's the thing, too, and I know that Ryan Seacrest is catching a lot of flack about the fact that he had the winner's name on a card, and somehow Clay got a glimpse of it prior to the announcement. You know, I would say this, and I know most of us think, hey, if he, it's only 2 people, surely he can remember who the winner was.
Right.
But if Ryan Seacrest, as the host, is more comfortable with cards, and he wants it on there, and he's going to be on live TV, let him have it. The thing I have to ask is, did Ryan just lay this out on stage for everybody to see, or was Clay peeking around over there trying to get a glimpse of who won, and he got it, what he was looking for? You know, that just, I think everybody's being a little rough on Ryan. Now, he may be an idiot, and I don't want to, be in the Ryan.
Well, now let me say this. If I'm Simon, and it's one of y'all, I'm going to raise on you in my interviews.
Well, sure.
Sure. Hey, Speedy had to have that card. Of course, I'm like we do.
Yeah, and Ryan and Simon had that ribbing type.
Yeah.
They were on each other all the time.
Well, it's not just him. A lot of the media people are getting on Ryan about it.
Yeah, I tell them to have a Coke and a smile. Maybe one day they can host American Idol, the #1 show on television.
And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it a flip-up card, too?
Yeah,
anyway?
so at least I had an opportunity to flub up the card because I'm the host.
Sure.
Yeah. Grace.
It was a great competition. Can't we just move on?
Grace in Charleston, South Carolina. Hey, Grace, how you doing?
Welcome, Grace.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
Hate to disagree with you this morning.
No, well, there's no requirement to agree with us, even though we prefer it.
No, listen. I have got all 3 cable news networks on most of the time throughout the day, and I have caught just about every interview, and I really think you're being just a little bit hard on Clay.
Well, explain.
Well, how are we being hard on him? By talking about how talented he is and how he's going to be all right and he's quit crying about it?
No, I don't think he's crying about it. I haven't seen anything like that. I think he's been very gracious. He loves Ruben to death. It's apparent. Don't take that the wrong way now. All right.
If you're on the cover and you keep seeing stories, did the right man win? Quote, I didn't lose.
No. I don't buy that for a minute. It's media hype.
Well, ma'am, let me ask you a question. This is a direct quote from Clay in an interview on Fox News. It says a lot of people said they couldn't get in. That's one of the reasons the numbers were higher for Ruben. A lot of my friends said they couldn't get through in the first half, so they just gave up. They stopped voting and waited until 9:30. That's why Ruben won. I mean, that don't sound like somebody that's just gracefully taking second place.
Well, I would have to say in a way that I would agree, because I saw Ruben's mother on TV, and she said that she had 200 votes. Oh, I have a child.
Man, I
I
is that
hear
Clay
that.
Grind? Is that Clay Grind or your baby?
No, it's not. It's my 4-year-old.
Tell Clay to hush.
But,
Clay, calm down now. It's all right.
no, what I'm saying is that a couple of my girlfriends and I, we were calling all night, and we got through for Ruben.
Yeah.
But we never got through for Clay.
No, wait a minute.
So that's the conspiracy.
Why did y'all vote for Ruben?
Listen, I don't understand. We only got one vote in.
Well, why'd you vote for Ruben?
Because we wanted both. Look, we like both of them, so we thought we'd be fair and we'd vote.
But Grace, you realize if you vote for both of them, that cancels out, so you really didn't vote.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I didn't
Well, you
get my
remember?
vote in
I don't know if you
Clay now.
remember, Grace. The next day, after the big finale, I came in saying I couldn't get through for Ruben. Do you remember that?
Hey, hang on.
Listen,
Hey,
how
no.
did
Hey,
Ruben's
Grace,
mother dial
Grace,
200
listen.
times?
I have to interrupt you. We've got Clay on the. He's calling right now on the celebrity hotline.
Line 5, Rick.
Oh, well.
No, I'm serious. Listen.
Later, guys.
Okay, I got to get him on. Clay, this is Rick and Bubba.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Clay?
Did you see the card? Okay, you did.
Right.
Right.
Well, it's going to be fine.
What did Ryan say? Oh,
Right.
okay.
Well, I cried too when he kissed Paula.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you happy though about your new contract?
Well,
Does it help?
okay. Thanks, Clay.
All right. We didn't get a liner from him.
Oh, let's get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Can we
yeah.
get-
Can we get a
You
line?
still got him?
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you. For,
Hold on.
Bring him back.
Clay, would you mind doing...
count him down, please, too.
hey, Clay, this is Clay from American Idol, and you're listening to the Rick and Bubba Show in 3, 2... Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Wow,
very much. Thank you.
Look, this is good.
Thank
I wish you'd had a bigger Sharpie so you could really make it. Look, this is a pretty interesting article. Of course, we're, out of time, but...
Oh, Clay, you didn't hang up on him, Rick.
Y'all hang up. I said, all right, Clay, enough.
We'll come back and cover this. They've got the complete breakdown of what record label they're with, how they're planning to market them, what their career forecasts are, and all that.
Rick, you still didn't hang up on Clay.
Yes, I did. Let me see.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ruben from American Idol, and you're listening to the Rick and Bubba Show.
Okay. We'll be back. It's
I wish you could have stayed with us long because I really love talking to him.
well, we may have you back.
Please.
The way that he could sign "I love you" was one of the better.
Yes. All right, we'll be 13 minutes past. Ryan Cameron, host of that comedy show next.
Ted Nugent.
Yes. Thanks.
When we were in the parking lot and could not get to the
Thanks, buddy.
cut Ted off button,
Ted's got a little language with him.
we went to great extremes to tell you we needed Ted to be clean. And I know you went to those same extremes with Ted, and in Ted's mind, he was.
But in Ted's world, he did keep it clean. And in Ted's world and our world is just different. And he was good.
He was good for about 22 seconds.
He started singing his new song, and it had a little catchphrase in it there. But
everything's going well. We're at a level 4 right now. Okay, let's all hope and pray this song is called Henpeck. Okay, now do something.
Yeah. That was a moment, but we enjoyed it.
The good news is I think it got everybody moving on that delay we've been asking for. So that,